Guys, welcome. This is another session of our KenteCode AI live registration Q&A session. So in these sessions, what we are doing is to understand a little bit about the program, the KenteCode AI program, and some of the things we are going to actually teach in the class. That will help people become a little bit more conversant with the program and know what actually is going on. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Let's share screen. Yes, this. No, not that one. Share. This one. Okay. Okay, a lot of things going on here, but let me just. No, this is not what we are doing, but I have this email that I have for. Okay. Let me just quickly go to what is the agenda I have. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So today's agenda is this. We are out there, guys. So these are the things we are going to be used in our program, and we want to just start, train it at everybody for now. So today we want to discuss about the technology stacks that we are actually going to be learning in this program. It's very important to just put some kind of realistic. Instead of just mentioning things, we want to look at some of the tools we are using, we are going to learn to use, and all that kind of stuff. Then, so that the technology stack comes with, we are actually using some of these to build a KenteCode AI LMS right now. The LMS is the learning management system we are building for Africa. It has nothing to do with is this something we are going to even use in the program? We are trying to see if possible we can use it ourselves for all the courses, all the classes. So structured, you can just go there and take your classes, your online one. And then in live sessions, we'll be doing it on Teams, right? I'll also just talk a little bit on the other Toyota North America program. Some AI tools, next activities for registered members. Those we will discuss with, other people, those who have registered, we will start communicating that with them. So let me put here the tools of the game. So once again, everybody welcome. So I just want to discuss generally what we are going to learn in this program. Like, you have a look at it, because it's just, some people, it's just a word to them, they've not seen what it is, but I just want to quickly go through some of the tools, show it to you. I might not show everything, but at least you are seeing something that this is what we are learning. Okay, so first of all, we are going to learn programming in this class. That's the first 4 months we are learning programming. And we are going to use what we call Integrated Development Environment, IDE, called Visual Studio Code. So an IDE is just a tool that you use to write programming. So program languages that we have, programming languages we are learning in this course is Python, right? And then we have SQL. So those programming languages, there are interfaces that you can use to write the program. Those interfaces are called IDE, or Integrated Development Environment. And one of the popular ones for Python is called Visual Studio Code. And Visual Studio Code is what I'm showing over here, okay? Okay. This is a mess, but this is, I'm working on some API here. So let me just, so this is Visual Studio Code. Just look at it like this. This is Visual Studio Code. It's kind of a tool out there. Most developers will be using this type of tool to write Python. Different languages, it supports different languages. So, but in this particular program, there are others like PyCharm, Anaconda, whatever it is. But for us, in this case, we are going to strictly use Visual Studio Code. Okay, we want to learn it. Once you learn how to use this tool, you can do whatever, you can use any other tool. So I'm not going to teach about the Visual Studio Code, but I'm just like, this is how, it's just a tool, you download it, set it up, and then you'll be able to use it to write programs, okay? So I was talking about the KenteCode what's the name? KenteCode AI LMS we are building. Yes, this is the backend. It's built in Visual Studio Code with Python. This is the API side. And then the front end is built with React. So this is the tool for building those things. We will learn how to use this particular tool in the program. So we will come back and talk a little bit more about the LMS for you to just see how we are doing it. Another tool used a lot in Python is called Jupyter Notebook, which I do not. You can install Jupyter Notebook actual extension in here. Did I have it here already? Let me see. I don't think I have it, but yeah, you can have the extension or you can have the Jupyter Notebook separately. But I'm going to show you the online version, which normally when we are doing experimentation and all that stuff, the easiest one you can do it online. But in this class, we are going to learn both Jupyter Notebook as we do it on our desktop, and the other one is called Google Colab. Just say Google Colab. Google Colab. This tool is used a lot by the research community, okay, for doing a lot of prototyping of things online. So Google has created this tool that allows scientists or AI developers, data scientists, to just come into the tool and write code, like Python code, and then it will use Google GPUs and CPUs, whatever it is supporting, Google is supporting, it will be able to use it. They'll be able to use it to write code and execute the code. Because you know what happened? AI is very expensive. Running AI code, like the models are very expensive. And to host it, a lot of people cannot host it. So this is the tool first. This is where you run heavy workflows. You can subscribe to Google Colab. There's a pay version. And there's also a free version. You can just do it here, okay? And then you can use this particular tool. You see, it's just like it has sessions. It has sessions in here. You write a code in it. So this is just a demo, but let's go here and have a new notebook. Like you can create a notebook is like take like a book you write inside. So but this one is visual. When you are writing things, you will see the thing inside. Okay. It even have what it has how do we call it? It has AI enable, print hello world. Okay, so it supports Python. Okay, so Python is the tool for most of the most of AI and all that kind of stuff. So you say print hello world. That is a Python way of saying write hello world, and it's wrote it over here. So you say we have this tool. We will learn how to use this tool and all this and whatever it is. Okay, it's called. We will know how. You go there, you set it up, and you can write your own Python just from this interface to see processes. You can put things in your Google Drive, files in your Google Drive, and access it and run stuff. Okay, so we learned how to use these two. Okay, another one, that's Google Colab. Yes, GitHub. GitHub and Git. This is normally used for when we are writing code on your computer, right? You write code on your computer, but something happened, it's crashed, you lose all your code. You need to keep it somewhere. Also, you want to work with other people. If the people are not having access to your computer, how are they going to work on the code? So what we do is we have the code in what we call version control place. It's GitHub. That's the name it's called GitHub. Okay. So for example, I'm just showing KenteCode AI GitHub, for example, just to see. So this is the tool, for example, right? So we go to KenteCode AI, we will have you create different repositories that store your code for a particular process. For example, right, we have our different RAG system, whatever, different projects happening right now. Like the API I'm showing on the Visual Studio Code is actually on the GitHub. It has to be there. Once you develop it on your desktop, you merge it, you push it back into GitHub and save it over there. So, and this particular GitHub is where a lot of people, all the projects, all things you have done in this course, you create your own GitHub and put all your portfolios on that particular GitHub. Because what happened is, if you are going for a job, people want to see some of the things you have done. So people will create GitHub pages, and because it's free for all the tools I'm talking about, they are all free tools. Okay, no paid yet. They will ask you, what have you done? You can show them your portfolio page, how you build it and put all your programs over there and what it's about, okay? Let me see, do I have I don't really keep portfolio pages, no, but it's good to have it. But once you reach a stage in the industry, you might not even be worried. I think I have some. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, you can just go there and create your page where people will go and see all that information, okay? And I think I had some myself too, some time back. Yeah, that I used to give to people when I was looking for a job those days, but yeah, I think I messed it up somewhere. Okay, it's not here. Okay, yeah, so you learn how to do that. You build your own page. It's just a page, then you write your project, the portfolio about the project that you have done, and you can then share it to people outside. GitHub will help you, work with other people and collaborate on the same project. So it is a good tool if you are doing anything in development. You have to work with other people. You need to know how to use GitHub because that's what we use in development. Then the next one we are going to do for SQL is PostgreSQL. So PostgreSQL, yeah, I want to show you guys. Okay, so we have PostgreSQL over here, this one, and then pgAdmin. This is the database, and this is what you use to manage it, okay? This is the database itself, and this is, you know what? I'm just going to copy the whole of this and throw it into our WhatsApp. Anybody want to do something with it, just take it and run with it, okay? If somebody's interested to just go and start learning something about those tools, yeah, good. Yeah, I just paste it over there. Okay. All right. So the Postgres database this is the main database we are going to use. It's relational database. The advantage over Postgres is open source. You don't have to pay anything for Postgres if you're just hosting it yourself in your environment. But if you go to cloud, you have to pay for the cloud service for hosting it. But the main advantage is open source, and also Postgres has the option where we can vectorize our in AI building. We need to do vector embedding for tests, those kind of tests, unstructured data, vectorize it and keep it in the database. There is the vector Postgres PG vector. We are going to learn how to use that. The PG vector help you create embeddings. Those things are concepts you understand. It creates embedding of text. So once you create an embedding, you are going to be able to search against that embedding when you're looking for something. That is something we are going to learn. And the pgAdmin is just the interface. It's a tool used to manage the database. So I just want to go here. So the Postgres database is stored at the backend, and the pgAdmin helps you look at the database and do things in it. So for example, right, this is database. So this is databases. We will learn about this databases. So if I go here and I want to create a database, I can just say create a database. I give it a name like demo. Okay. So you create a database demo. So you save it. So now you see you have a database here called demo. So we learn how you can write a statement to create it. You can create it from the interface. Okay. Then you have demo. We learn what all of this is, what it means. But when you go inside here, you go to schemas, you go down to public, you go tables. You see there are tables. So if there is no table, you have not created any table yet, right? So you can create a table. See, you can create a table here. So if I say create table, and what is the name of the table? I say person, okay? This is the name of the table, and then I can specify the column, but I don't want to do all that now. Let me just go and change, yes. Let me quickly write it with SQL. See over here, it has a tool that you can use to write command instead of going through the UI. So once you know how to do all this stuff, you can actually be able to do this is just like that. Okay, let me say I want to create a table called person, right? Table person, yeah. And this person, I want to say ID, like the person's ID, or let's say just ID. It's an integer, right? So it's an int, okay? So we are going to learn these things, okay? A person table has an int. He has a first name, like every person has a first name. And this person is a varchar, it's a character, okay? It's just a character. And then he has a last name. Okay, he has a last name, which is also varchar, like just varchar. Let's just say varchar with the length of 255. Okay, we will understand all this, but I'm just trying to give some view of what we will learn when it comes to databases. Okay, 255. So now I'm going to create this table. You say I create a table. You just need to know what is the syntax. You create a table. You specify these are what we call the columns, and then we specify the data type. Okay. Then this is it. You execute the script. Okay. You say the script has run successfully. So now if you go back to here, you click now. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's in demo database. Refresh. Is it now the person's table is here? But now, if you look into it, you can see view. If you go here, there is no data because we have not put any data in the right. But now, if I want to put data into this table, I just write again. So this is what we need to understand. I want, continue, what the heck? So I want to put data into the table. So I'll say it's called insert into the table. I'm inserting into the table. See the table, I'm inserting into it. The first thing, normally this ID is auto-generated, but just forget about that for now. We don't know what we worry about that later on. Okay, so I'm inserting into the person's table the ID, the first name, and the last name. Those are the things I want to insert. Now, the next thing is the values that I want to insert into it, right? So I say this is the first person I have. So his ID is ID1. His name, first name is Vincent. And his last name is America, like my last name, okay? So I put this and I just insert it into the table. You see, it tells you. Now I want to see what is in my table. I just say select star, or you can just use specific columns, or just a select star will select everything from the table, okay? Always put quotation at the end and run it. Now you see that I have this in my table. Now this data, this is how they build all the information. They build it, they put it into the table. The other people will write code getting this data and do whatever they do with it. So that's a simple way of saying this is how we are going to learn how that to work quickly in this option. So from there, we have learned how to use Visual Studio Code, GitHub, Postgres, pgAdmin, how to insert data into tables. Then we'll go into the generative AI part, okay? So generative AI part, we are going to use these main tools. I don't have most of these tools on my desktop, but Open WebUI, I'm trying to install it actually right now. They can take some. So let's make sure that you, whatever hard drive you are, I'm just trying to actually, I don't have it on my desktop because I thought, let me just put it actually because I'm going to set it up on the other laptop for the class. But let me just put it on this one. You're going to have at least for this class, you need at least 50 gig of space on your hard drive to make sure you are able to run these local models. So this tool is called Ollama, okay? Ollama is a free tool. You just download it online, and it gives you access to models. You see, you have different models that are open source. Then you can download that model. You see, when they say download means you don't have a copy on your desktop. So you can download it, like I'm downloading DeepSeek here. That's my favorite free model. There's Llama. There are different ones. So we will go all those stuff. So if you don't have it, you click on it, it's going to download it. That's what I did, and then it's downloading it. Once you download it, then it's local. Once it's local, you don't pay for anything. All your data, everything you give to this model will be local. So that's the model. We are going to build it locally. And then we will have the API, we will do the WebUI, the API. Once you have it locally, there's an API endpoint to it. To the API endpoint, we will be using that API endpoint and send data to the model and get the result back. So that's, we are building our own lab, AI lab. That's what we call, you build your own AI lab locally, and then you write your code, and then you'll be sending the data to that particular model to give you the response back. If you don't do that, then you have to pay OpenAI or somebody. But this class, we are going to know how this is done locally. And then there are free trial OpenAI or some free API keys. We'll practice and use that one to run a couple of things. So but here, this will make you have free time to just run whatever you want to run. You don't care about anything. You know, you have all your freedom. So we are going to do that. And then we have another tool called Open WebUI. So this is a tool that can also give you access to all the models that are hosted in here. So I'm just installing that one now. Let this work. Okay, let me leave that one. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a web UI that will be on your local, like a UI that talks to all these models locally instead of running from here. It's another thing. We will learn how that works into detail. You have it. You can use it to chat to all the models on your desktop. Something like we will learn those two tools. Okay. Then there is one particular place where people build models and put it over there. Free models are there, paid models are there.
Excuse me, Vincent.
It's where actually.
Vincent,
go ahead.
Vincent, are we allowed to ask questions, or do we at the end?
Oh, sorry. I should have stopped over here at this, right? Thank you for letting me know. I'm like watching the time. I'm like, it's almost over. Okay, go ahead, ask question. I should have actually stopped here and ask. Yeah, go ahead. Stop me anytime. Okay, stop me anytime. Go ahead.
So
yeah.
I wanted to ask a question about the Ollama, right? Is it like Ollama. Does it function like OpenAI or Copilot within the system that helps you to issue prompts, or am I getting it wrong?
Exactly. That's the simplest way to describe it. Yes. It's now locally, instead of going to OpenAI or whatever an issue prompt, is hard now on your own computer, and you'll be talking to it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's how it works. That's exactly perfectly. Instead of OpenAI or GitHub Copilot, you have your own version in your desktop to use. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. I'm running too fast. Okay. So now, any other question before I continue with this side, with the generative AI side? Okay. If not, let's go. We talk about the Ollama. Yes, it helps you to run exactly what Richard said. You have your we have it for open source models. That's the correction. It's open source models that you'll be able to put it in Ollama desktop. But you can also run Ollama. You can run cloud models, but you have to have accounts. Those are paid. So, but if you want to have local models, you can download open source models through Ollama and just use it on your desktop. Okay. All right. Then we are going to learn FastAPI. So FastAPI is one of the biggest things when it comes to AI, building AI applications. We will start small. It's not easy to start, but once you understand Python programming, the first 4 months is to understand Python programming, because the rest from generative AI, I will introduce everything to AI programming, how to use AI to do the programming instead of you writing every code. That's going to be from once we start generative AI, we start. So what I mean by that is this. So you see now, let me not mess with anything. Let me just go here and create something on my document here and say, let's go to repo. Let's say a new folder called demo. Okay, so this is demo. I want to go to demo here and I want to CMD into this. Where is it? CMD into this. Then I want to run VS Code from this location. So let's go. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm running a different VS Code for that particular demo. Let me close this one because I don't want to mess up with. So you see demo. So now I have a demo here. I want to create a file. I say hello.py. Okay, now this is hello.py. And in this file, all I'm saying is print hello world. That's the same thing I was doing on the Google Colab, right? Hello world. Okay, that's all these file does. And then when you click it, print it, it's supposed to say hello world. If it doesn't work, then it is what it is. You see, it say hello world over there. That's what it's saying. It's telling. But when we reach the AI engineering side, before we reach AI engineering, we know how to write the Python syntax. Now, once we read the AI engineering, I'm going to introduce you what is on the right here. This is AI programming. Okay. This one is called Copilot. Copilot is a tool for writing programs. AI, you can use it to write code with you. So you watch. Now, this is an agent. You understand now. You can ask questions. You can let it write code for you. Okay. And there are different models you can use in Copilot. There's free version and there's paid version. Okay. So now, I want to tell this my file here and said, okay, before you say hello world, the first thing is ask the person what is your name, and it will take the name, and then it will say hello, like hello Vincent. They say what is my name? I say my Vincent, and then to say hello Vincent. Okay, in that small scenario, you come here and say, I say just say I want to update the hello world program to ask for users name before saying hello to them. Please implement it. Okay. Okay. So now I'm telling the AI to do that work. So it's going to look at that file and say, okay, how can I write? Oh, it should be what is that? Yeah, I'm using a free version. What the heck is that thing? Okay. Click to retry. Yeah, I'm using. I've used all my credit this morning because I'm doing something. Which file? Hello. .py. So now you are talking to AI. Okay, you are telling AI to do something to it. Did I say it's Python? Yeah, it's using Python. Okay, yeah, okay. So it asked me which file should I update. I told him. So now look what it's doing. It's going to create a file, open this file that I have here. Then it will patch this file to prompt me for my name, and then it will say hello like Vincent. So when we read generative AI, we are going to learn this part and how to troubleshoot it. Okay, so you see what it's doing, how to write the whole program, is thinking about it, doing it in memory, then it apply the patch to the file. You see, you see red is removing those things at the top, and then the here it created, what is function, we'll talk about it, and then how to print the hello your name. So once everything is good, you have to, that's why you need to know the Python program before you get here. You look at this is good, you say keep, means accept the changes. So you say accept those changes. Now let's run the same file again and see what happened. You see what happened? You say, what is your name? Okay, now I say Vincent. Okay, what is it? It say hello Vincent. So AI did all that for you without you writing the code. So we will learn from there how AI programming works. Okay. So here it's even asking me, hey, do you want me to execute it for you? When I say allow, it will run the code here. You see, when I say allow, AI run the code, and I can say Kofi, and then it will give me the name. Okay. So that is AI programming. We learn that where we start the generative program, so that it will speed up our work, because the first moment is for you to understand what these things mean. That's why we are learning the programming first. Then the other part is just to use AI. And when you make a mistake, if you don't understand, you'll not be able to fix it. So that's a live demo over there. Quick. So that's what we are going to do on that side. Okay, guys, do you have any question on that side before I move to something else? Something again, yeah. That is just, so we are going to work on that. The FastAPI is the tool I wanted to show. I will show you guys one of the APIs we did for KLMS. So you look at how you build APIs for endpoint that interact with your database. Okay. Now, another tool, we talk about Postgres, pgvector, all that kind of stuff. But another tool is Supabase. Supabase is a database in the cloud. We have free version. Anybody can have free version when you want to scale big company. KenteCode AI currently just use free version. So we use free version. Anybody can use the free version. You sign up on Supabase. You can set up for your own account in Supabase, create your project over there, and build web applications. Any application you want to build, you can have that information. So we are going to teach you guys how to use this. So for example, KenteCode AI, the backend for our LMS is all built here. We can see people, we can see our courses, registration, everything. So we will teach you how to use this too, because this is, if you want to start building applications, you need to learn one of database that is somewhere online, because it cannot be on your desktop no more. It has to be online. You build everything in there, and then you do the FastAPI I'm talking about. Maybe when I'm here, I'll just talk about the FastAPI. which is here. And then this FastAPI will be going to your Supabase database and be getting information from it. Let me see, free. Like, for example, if I want to list free programs that are, open public programs that are in that database, yeah, it's give me all these programs from that database. So, but this interface here is built from FastAPI that connects to Supabase. So you have Supabase, we have FastAPI, then the front end will be a React UI or something else. That is the stack we used to build KenteCode AI. So at this time, I already talked about Supabase, and I'm discussing for you guys, this is how the API go. I'm going to let Ariam talk about the UI component so you can see how it looks from that, from the front end also. Okay? Any question there? Okay. And Streamlit, I don't have a copy. It's just a tool that we download. We write it in Python. You just, it's a package, Streamlit. You can then use it to build UI, because we are not here to learn how to build UI. That is a different job altogether. But in AI, when we are working on AI, we always use Streamlit to do the prototype UI we want to do. Like you are trying to do a chart, you can quickly, see build the UI with this particular package, Python package. We can use it to build the UI to do all your comments. So we are going to learn a lot of data scientists, data engineers. This is, data scientists especially, they just create Streamlit to talk to the database or the API so people can see what is happening. And the whole of this thing that is here, right? You see this here is this code that you just, is Python. It's also part of Python. It's a, once you know how to write it, it's just a simple thing to just create a UI component and let it talk to your data, and the people who use it. Even my work, there are applications that are built with just this simple tool. As far as it's giving the people information, that's all is needed. Okay. All right. So let's go. Then Vercel. We want you to know how to deploy applications in the cloud. So because we want this to be a very, very like hands-on, practical, that you come from here, like totally from beginning to end how to push things into production, to live there and work. So this is the Vercel. It's the hosting platform where you can put your applications. That way it will be accessible to people outside. You host it over here. So the database is in Supabase system. The applications like the APS and the UI, you can host it over here in Vercel. This is free. KenteCode AI, everything we are doing, we go with the free one. Okay, you have to pay for it to upgrade, but basic things you are good to use it. So we just want everybody to understand all these things, and so that if they want to do something, they don't need anybody's help. Okay, so that's the what we want to do in this program. Okay, I don't have NAA. That is what we use for orchestrating the workflow. This is also it's hosted. You can host it and you can install it on your desktop. I should have installed another one on my desktop. So I will install it, and then you install it in the program, know how to run it. If you want to do UI, if you want to deploy applications in the cloud, there is a cloud version too. It is like a UI. You go in there and then do all your thing. But you have to learn how to do it first. So we do everything locally. We understand how to do it. So if you have an account in the cloud, you just do the same thing over there and get things going on. Okay, so we talked about all the tools. Yes, I think that is it. The last one is I'm going to give 5 minutes to Ayam. Ayam, can you hear? Does anybody have any question? I want Ayam to quickly show you the awesome UI he's building to consume the API that I just showed for KenteCode AI, and showing everything at the front end, so you can see it physically how it looks like. Okay, so Ayam, I think can if I stop sharing, can you start to share and just show them from a student perspective what they see and what administrators see? I think the rest of the teams and that everybody know already. Thank you very much, Ayam. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Let me share my entire screen.
Okay.
Hello, please. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's showing your entire screen. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Vincent. So just like Mr. Vincent said, when it comes to building applications, we have the front end and the back end. And for me, I started my expertise with the front end, and then the back end is built with tools like SQL and Python and all those things. So for it to make sense to regular people like us to use, we have to put it through the front end and then add certain things. So this is the KenteCode LMS. Let me log out from here and we log in. So when I click on Start Learning, I have the authentication page here where I can just input my details, let's say your email and then your password, just like a student. So once you sign in, you see the page, you'll be redirected there. And then this is the first screen that you see. You have, let's say, it's evening here. Sorry, I'm in Ghana, so it's like 7:46 p.m. here. And you have like the greeting page and everything, small, let's say, a small chart concerning some of the programs you've enrolled in and stuff like that. And then we also have the explore section where you have the ability to explore certain courses. We are building a multi-tenant system, which means that like multiple people will be hosted on the platform as well for Africa. So when they post their courses, you can be able to explore and see their courses as well. So you see these courses are all by KenteCode AI Academy. If maybe there is one by Vincent Academy or Aram Academy, you'd also see from all those sites as well. Then you can be able to enroll in all those courses. So when I click enroll, one click enroll, and then you're automatically enrolled in those courses. On the top left section, you also have the ability to switch between different organizations. So for this particular one, I have only one organization here because we don't really have any other on the platform yet. So let's say if I have two different organizations, I can be able to switch between them and see the courses that I've registered for in those two different organizations. I can also register for some courses directly because I don't think you see, there are some times that like courses are not being put in programs and stuff. So somebody can just upload a course without putting it in a program. So you can be able to have access to all these and enroll in it as well. And we also have the billing that we are working on, and we can it works in both light and dark mode as well. So you won't have a problem learning long periods and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So I can enroll in this as well. Let me enroll right now. Yeah. And then so we've reduced the loading time as well, so that once you enroll, you can have access to all of the modules and stuff like that. So this is just a test case. So I think this is it for the user side. So all of this is for the student side so far. I'll switch to the administrator side as well so that you can see. So for every account, we have an admin section. So this is the admin section, the administrator for KenteCode. So the admin side has one more layer because like the other admin, they have to manage some of the certain things like programs and courses and all these things. So I think at the top section here, this is what I was talking about. You have the ability to move between accounts as well. So that is for both admins and users. So you can also host your own courses here as well because the platform allows for all of those things. Yes. So when we switch back to the KenteCode thing, you have access to only the ones that you are requesting for. Yeah. And because I'm the admin over here, I have the chance to see the students that have enrolled, the progress that they've made. I can maybe pause enrollments, so I can freeze enrollment for certain students. I can, let's say, enroll more students, and I can create different modules. Let me create a new module called, let's say, meeting. Oh, sorry. meeting module, and then let's say, hey, we are learning. Yeah, I think there's it. And once I publish it, it's there for everybody else to see. And you can tell we don't, everything is being updated in real time, so you don't have to load. And I think this is mostly for people like us in places like Africa, where network is sometimes very slow. So I think this is the whole rundown, yeah, with this. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Guys, do you have any question on this small thing we are building for Africa? We're going to use it in KenteCode AI. So we will first hand use it and see how it goes before we roll it out to the public. So any questions on that LMS? Okay. If not, so we are here to do business. So before I close it, let me quickly go here. Where to register for our courses, you go to KenteCode AI or academy.KenteCode AI, which will take you to the course page, right? So the course page is here. You can read more about the course, whatever it is. We are now taking only training students for now. Registration is going to end the end of this month, and then classes will be starting from November, okay? And the classes are starting from 5 to 7 p.m. GMT, which is 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 to 1 p.m. CST, and then there are some other time zones. But yeah, just check this over here. And now we are applying a cohort discount for everyone who is joining this cohort. So it used to be we have different courses, but now we just have one bootcamp for the complete program. So if you come here, you register, we will see your information. You secure your seat, it will take you to Stripe. That's what we are using for payment. You put your information. Once you pay, we will get your information and add you to our teams that we are adding everybody in the teams channel for now, because we are still testing our LMS. So we want to make sure everything is running before we enroll everybody on that platform. Even if the LMS is not ready, we are still going to continue using, Teams. We are still going to do the learning. We're going to do the videos available. But the LMS is what we want to eventually have as a structured place where things are laid out, so everybody can just log in and then do stuff. Well, this cohort is going to use the LMS, guaranteed. We might not use it in the beginning, but once we know everything is good to go, we will put everybody on the platform and make sure we have everything available over there, okay? Yeah, and with that time, we talk about things you can do, the learning path. Yeah, so basically that is it actually. And today is actually the last meeting we are having for this program. So interestingly, it happened quick. Yes. Oh, there's one thing missing. The other Toyota project. So, okay, this organized. So let me just talk to you guys about it. Okay. Let me just tell you how this project is about. So this is a project program, an AI application built for Toyota. So this is for, Toyota has so many vendors that work with Toyota. They supply machines, they supply parts, and they have all these yes, there's going to be recording of courses. Yes, everything is going to be recorded. Meetings are recorded, courses, everything will be recorded. Yes, everything is going to be recorded. The Saturday classes, everything will be recorded. So we are not expecting everybody to go to every single class, but the class is that you come there and be interactive. But if you can come, every part of this will always be recorded for you to watch. Okay, Raul? Yeah, okay. So, I was talking about the Toyota projects here. So they have the vendors, they have licenses, they have vendors that they call it statement of work, and then they have master statement of works, a master service agreement. They have so much documents, that they have a whole department, about 15, 20 people that manages this type of documentation, vendor management. So if they want to go and do something, they want to, for example, they want to go and order a tire, or they want to employ a new startup or a new company, like they want to Cognizant, like the company I worked from before, or they want to employ Infosys. All those vendors, they have agreements with Toyota, and those documents are so much. Like if they go for Cognizant, for example, Cognizant, when I used to do consulting over there, when we go, the Cognizant have a contract, it's going to say, hey, I'm going to give this number of employees, resources, how much the rate is, and all that kind of stuff. So Toyota have ordered those documents, which very overwhelming to choose who to actually go when you have something to do. They have a whole department. Even our company, the company data, we have a whole department that have to manage all that vendor and all that kind of stuff, the documentation, go 1,000 pages to find out what to do. But Toyota want to stop that thing. So what they did was they employed, KenteCode was there, another startup was there. We have to go and build an AI assistant that is going to consume all their contracts regarding the vendors, the licenses, software licenses. Like they want to know when the licenses are expiring, all that information. Lot of data, a lot of documentation. They have a whole department for. So what we did in this case, we have to now consume all these documents. So in this particular one, we use PostgreSQL for it. But the goal is they don't want to just put the document as it is. They want to only extract some elements from all the documents and store it in a structured database, because they also want to run analytics on these things directly using Power BI. At that time, that they say we want to be able to run Power BI on these documents. We also want the AI chatbot to be able to talk to this document. So it was a two-in-one project. So how we have to do is, first, we have to be able to write AI models that will read each of these documents that they need and extract the particular element that they are looking for and store it in the database. So once we have all that the ETL extraction of a different type of document that they're talking about, we have the structured database, and then we have a body of the original document so they can ask questions to it, whatever it is. We have it over there. Then we build a Power BI for the analytics with Copilot. Power BI is in it. That is one product. And then the AI chatbot was totally built in React. Okay, React UI. That is doing RAG, retrieval generation. You are going to hear that term all the time. Retrieval augmented generation, RAG. Okay, where if somebody asks question, this RAG agent. But in this case, the RAG is supposed to use the database tables. It's normally different where you are looking to a document. So the RAG agent will take the user question, and the RAG agent will go to, we build a multi-agent system using Creo AI. Yeah, this particular we use. Creo AI is a framework for building agents. So we build it. When the person asks the question, okay, we will take the question and we take the schema of the database. You see, I was creating tables in all those things in the database. We call it schema. So we give the schema of all the tables in the database with the question the person asked, schema and question, give it to the model and say, this is the schema of my database. This is the question the customer is asking. Now generate SQL query for me using this schema that I can run against my database to get the data the client need. Now the model will then generate that particular SQL query for you. Once you have the SQL query back, we have the agent to give it to the agent that will call a tool in the database to run the query and give the result back. So that is a multi-agent. So there are multiple agents. They all have their roles, what they have to do. So like this, the data engineer or data analyst guy might go and just query the database. After the query is reading, it will query the database and bring the data back. Okay, now once you have the data back, the next step is, okay, you take the data back, the question the user asked with the data, and give it to the model and say, hey, the user is asking this question, I have this data. How do I respond? Now, the LLM understand. It will take the question, the data, and create a response in real time for you and give it back to you. And once you give it back to you, we have another agent for reporting. The agent can have answers and put it in a nice form and report generator agent. So it will take that and generate a very nice report. We are using markup language. Is it markup? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it will generate it and then give it to the React UI front end. So once the React UI get this generated markup language, I think that's what we I forgot that part. Yeah, that one is given to the React UI. They have a component already in the UI that can display nicely that on the UI interface for the user. And when it comes like that, wow, the question that the person has asked in natural language is converted into SQL, and that SQL get run against the database, reports are generated and sent back to the user. Amazing. That is the world of AI. And that has caused a lot of, let's just end it over there. It has created a lot of impact and value at the same time. It was good. So that is one of the things that you can do with the AI for real time. So instead of having 1,000 people, you might need only 2 people managing that AI system or 1 person managing it, and then that's the end of it. So guys, so that is just the end of my side. If anybody have any question, please feel free to ask, okay? If not, then we have come to the end of the January live Q&A session. I really appreciate everybody for coming. And I will post the recording. You can go back and watch it. And please, let's take it serious and do some studies together in this program and see where it takes all of us. The fact is we just want to help everybody get what is happening in the world of AI and how to use it to improve productivity. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Okay. We will end it over here. I can stop the sharing and I can stop the recording now. So